trooper riding in the night, heart of gold but ready to fight, standing tall, doing what's right, shining truth like a firelight. Daddy's wisdom running deep taught me promises I gotta keep, breaking chains, leaving pain behind, calling out the crooked kind. Oh, the truth cuts through the lies, no more secrets in disguise, second chances, they wear thin, spawn trooper rides again. Ain't no fear when I'm around, justice stands on solid ground. One last chance to make it right, or face the reckoning tonight. In the dark where shadows creep, truth rings out, it cuts so deep. Ain't no price to make me sell, standing strong, I know too well. Oh, the truth cuts through the lies, no more secrets in disguise, second chances, they wear thin, spawn trooper rides again. Dark where shadows creep, truth rings out, it cuts so deep. Ain't no price to make me sell, standing strong, I know too well. Oh, the truth cuts through the lies, no more secrets in disguise, second chances, they wear thin, spawn trooper rides again.
Warning. The following video contains strong language, which may be offensive to some viewers and or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only. Thank you for your attention. I've totally forgot what I was going to say now. Oh yeah, good morning everybody. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a fantastic day, evening, whatever it is where you are. Hi Heidi, Vicky, Philip, Diana, not sure. Guys, I need to ask you today to just be a little bit more sensible and chat. And the reason you'll find out in a minute. David Fox, how you doing, buddy? Philip, good to see you. SMN, good to see you. Vicky, again, not sure everybody. Anyway, today's going to be a little bit different. Yeah, I don't know why people are not receiving notifications. I've just been informed that, again, people are not receiving notifications. I have the notification, everything clicked, so I don't know. But anyway, right, before we get into this, you know that when I do research on the positive way. Well, let me say this a little bit differently. when I do research, my research is not based on being vindictive or being negative. However, when I do bring new stuff, I say it as it is. And I just realized I'm quite low. There you go. That's bad. Now, I get it. I get it. Hopefully, you'll be able to hear me a little bit better. I just realized what's going on. Anyway, I mean, yesterday I had a fantastic time on Squids. We discussed the incident that happened in Washington D.C. in regards to the helicopter and the CRJ, which there's going to be a second part of that. So, because I've got so many questions on that, but we're not going to digress into that. What we're going to be talking about is a certain group of people that over the period of the last 9 months. Now, in my description for today's stream, I have written the following. Wait. There you go. So what I'm going to do now, I'm as you can tell, I'm not paying attention to chat that much at the moment. So please forgive me if I'm not ignoring you. I just need to stay on topic on this one because this is very important. So basically, I wrote what I needed to write, and then I basically have posted it here. So I'm gonna read this out to its fullest, and then we'll go into it. Investigative report examining allegations and behavior in a digital conflict. Introduction. Having observed and analysed these ongoing issues for several months, we are ready to dive into the intricate web of events, behaviours and accusations surrounding the situation. Welcome to the Wolf Den, ladies and gentlemen, where transparency reigns and we aim to unravel the facts. Anything can happen here, so fasten your seatbelts. What could possibly go wrong? Plenty. Yeah, that's for sure. But that's what makes it intriguing. Overview of the events. Over the past 7 to 9 months, a pattern has emerged involving a specific group of individuals, namely Lisa Rapuzzi, Tory Jones, and Robbie Kersey. This group has been consistently engaging in campaigns of spreading toxic misinformation and lies about a YouTuber. Damn it, I could have done with that YouTube last night. Anyway, Mr. Hales as their target. A person simply trying to live his life with his partner peacefully, unfortunately, has been made nearly impossible by a couple allegedly attempting to grift off his success and name. This campaign of targeting false statements has escalated to defamatory comments, outright slander. It's worth worth noting the repetition and tenacity which of these claims have been presented, often without evidence. The timeline of events shows a consistent effort to tarnish the YouTuber's reputation throughout harmful narratives. Focus of today's analysis. Today's investigation will center on identifying the key examples of behavior and claims made by this group. We aim to highlight patterns in their activities and substantiate evidence that demonstrates the impact of their actions. The objective: to separate fact from fiction and provide clarity on the nature of accusations. Anticipation of findings. As we delve deeper into the saga, we'll uncover the motivation of contradictions and dynamics driving this ongoing digital conflict. Together, we'll witness an unraveling of actions that have led to the spreading of falsehoods. Who knows? We might even find moments of humor amidst the chaos. Perhaps an in-flight movie and a lunch as we ride through this train wreck together. Conclusion. The journey to this truth is never straightforward, but it's always worth taking. As we dive into this investigation, it's time to buckle up. Buttercups, things are about to get rocky. Join us. Why don't you? As we piece together this puzzle of the situation, together we reveal the truths hidden within the noise. Now, as you are fully aware, hello Squid, how you doing? As you are fully aware, I'm a type of person, I don't beat around the bush. I say it as it is. And, hi, She Nemesis. And as you are fully aware, I'm a type of person, I always give people the benefit of that as well. However, when you sit on a platform and you richly lie through your teeth, somewhere down the line, okay, something needs to be done. Now, over the last 6-7 months, I've been investigating, I've been researching, I've been checking, and I have mentioned multiple times what these individuals are doing. I have shown you facts and information in regards of Robbie Kersey, a former member of the TV series Swamp Brothers, which was produced by Discovery. During that period, there was only 32, or it doesn't matter anyway. But around that period, at the same time, okay, he was arrested and detained with another person, right, trying to sell endangered species of venomous snakes to Europe for $700 to $800 a piece. Now, I get it. Okay, a lot of people say, "Well, what's that got to do with this?" Well, there's a lot got to do with it, right? Because at some point, Jeremy Hales and some of the staff members, the young couple, right, actually met Robbie Kersey at some point when he was still sort of had a little bit of clout, right? And that video that information can be found if you do your research. Now, Robert Kersey got charged under a federal offence and did 1 year in jail and was fined $2,000. His compadre was sentenced to 18 months and got $4,000. Now, I can't believe we're recapping all this, but all right. Well, here's another thing. So, obviously, he lost the contract with the Discovery Channel, and that's why Swamp Brothers is no more. Yes, he did. Anyway, so when he actually got fired and all that, the only way he could make money, okay, is by being a handler for alligators. So basically, he would have an alligator farm. Now, the alligator farm wasn't, for creating life and then putting it out into the no. What he was doing, he was creating this into such a point where he would be selling the alligators to companies who would use their skin for boots, clothing, attire, such attire. Now, I can show you all this, but I've already shown this in some of the videos. All you have to do is do a little bit of research. Basically, he would put you'd have these small little tin bathtubs, where I would say you could put like 10, probably maximum of 20 small baby alligators in comfortably. However, he would put like 30 or 40 in there. Now, at one point, he had a fire on his property. One of the buildings, which was quite interesting actually, one of the buildings burnt down. Okay. But what I find quite interesting is the fact that the fire burnt down from the right side of the building, burning towards the left side. And the funny thing is, there is a picture of a little tub, right, with about 30 or 40 alligators in, which was on the right side of the building. Now, if you do go and find this information and you look at the pictures, you'll notice that the building next to him, which is about 5 to 6 feet, probably a maximum of 7 foot distance from the actual burnt down building, you'll notice, fire damage. Okay. And most of that fire damage is usually done by radiant heat. But a fire investigator, when he'll go into a place like that, what he will do, he will look for the seat of the fire. And the seat of the fire is always the hottest part of the fire. And that usually can be seen quite easily, right? Because, it just cleans it up. It's just like when someone is cremated, the bones are white, richly white, because anyway. During this fire, obviously the newspapers were, for some reason, someone reported he called the newspapers or whatever, and he made statements to the effect that it cost he's lost about between $150,000 to $200,000, which only recently sort of like fucking put a light bulb above my head, because I was like, well, hang on a minute. The whole time I'm talking about this, I've been talking about it in the past. And then it only dawned on me a couple of weeks ago that, wait, hang on a minute. That's what he would have probably made if he'd have sold those alligators to. But this is all allegedly and speculation, may I just add. All right. However, what is not alleged or speculative is the fact that he actually stated in a newspaper report that he had lost around $150,000 to $200,000 in loss, and that he didn't have insurance. And this is in a newspaper report, and not just that, but also in a video that was done on a Fox 13, I believe it is. So we continue, right? This is insane. Now we continue to the next person, Lisa. Just having that name in my mouth makes me want to throw up. But anyway, now Lisa Weeks, whatever, freaking Rapuzzi. Okay, a very large lady who likes to play with miniature man sausages. Who also tries to sell miniature man sausages. The rumors say that, like, where they live, if you got a loafer and it's a different color, depends on who you're going to get. Anyway, that's just, yeah, who knows? The poor puppies. Anyway, so now Lisa used to be a mod for Mr. Hales. However, she states that she worked in the music. Spawn Tropper, all the fine people. Thank you very much, Kerry. Good morning. Oh, that coffee's nice. However, the only music industry she's probably been is a self-made stage events, nothing big. Yeah. I mean, throwing names around, unless you can prove it categorically, okay, you're just full of it. Now, I did a lot of checking and a lot of background checking and research on there, and I couldn't find any large major groups where she was employed. Couldn't find anything, and there's a reason why. Because at the end of the day, if you worked for a major music industry or film industry, regardless, you would make quite a bit of money. I mean, some crew members make between $500 to nearly £1,000 a day. Okay, there's a lot of money you can earn in the film and the music industry, and the fact that she looks like she's been dragged, and obviously we've seen some pictures of her home that needs to be cleaned and looks like a bomb's hit it, speaks volumes. Now, whatever happened around the time when, oh God, there's so many people we're going to talk about. Around the time when this abandoned hoarder's house was for sale. Now, there was a lot of things, and have a guess who was involved in that. Guapo, Robbie Kersey, or Guapo is Andrew Alvarez. Robbie Kersey, right? Mr. Swamp Brother himself. Okay, and then obviously Jeremy. But the thing is, if you listen and you go and do your research, you will understand that at one point, Robbie mentioned that he had acquaintances with him, or business acquaintances with him. Now, the first person to actually pull out that the hoarder's house was Guapo, and then Jeremy. But then again, Jeremy has a good business head on his shoulders, and if he doesn't want to involve himself in a sale, or he doesn't want to get into a business environment because he has a bad feeling, then that is entirely his choice. However, he was blamed for the fact that Robbie. So it's about greed, to be honest with you. Lisa has also a habit of attacking people and making fabrications up. Now, I did a bit of research on her, and it went back 6 years. And some of the information that if you actually do the research, you will find quite a lot of interesting telltale signs of what type of person she is. Now, if you are going to attack people, okay, one individual, why does it take a group of people to attack one individual? That's the first question you should ask yourself, especially someone who may have disabilities or not. It's regardless. But why does it take a group of people to attack one individual? And then when someone out of the blue proves that they're wrong, what they're doing and what they've said is a lie or a deception, they go on to the attack. And this is exactly where we're going to be going now. Lisa Rapuzzi and Tory Jones, what they've done, what they do, they support each other when they talk. If you listen, and every time Lisa lies or she fabricates a sign, she'll go, it's a false laugh. All right, it's just like a self healing or smoothing sort of laugh. Excuse me. Now, if you go and I'm not going to go and listen, but if you listen to these idiots, you'll notice that, and I'm going to prove that to you in a minute. I'm going to let you hear some evidence. I'm going to let you hear that. And over the last 7, so anyway, yeah. So Lisa Rapuzzi and Tory, right, especially Lisa, they saw what was going on. I mean, they were looking for every and any excuse. If you go back and watch their live streams and their videos, okay, especially the 18 shorts that she's got about her neighbor, talking about stalking, talking about harassment, talking about, continuously psychologically bullying someone to a point where they lose the rag, and then you film it for the lols. Okay, we'll show and explain to you exactly what this individual is and who and what they are as a person. Now, we've come across a lot of those people on that side of the coin and this side of the coin. All right. It's inevitable. It's one of those things. It's the monster of life. There's nothing you can do about it. You're going to get people like that. Now, how can I put this? Just step out of the box for a second. Just put everything down and just listen to what I'm saying and not how I say it. Just imagine you're someone who hates and detests someone else because you didn't get your way. And then suddenly a door's opened and there's like ooh, lights and music and everything else. And you go, that's it. That's exactly what I needed to get to that fucker. Pardon my French. That's exactly what Lisa Rapuzzi saw when Jeremy Hales started discussing about his water thing. Now, when he started discussing about his water and stuff like that, he started video recording and vlogging his daily life in Otter Creek. She saw a glimpse of possibility of actually trying to now fucking go after him. But it wasn't big enough. It wasn't big enough yet. So this goes on and on and on. And then suddenly, like, there's an interaction. And to be honest with you, that woman, yeah. Mary, Master Scary, all right? You don't put your hands on anybody, male or female. The minute you put, it's battery, and it is battery. You don't put your hands on anybody unless it's for self-defense, right? And, okay, it could have been handled differently, but the thing is, you don't put hands on anybody. You can verbally tell people to leave the property, leave the room, but because it is a public space, right, he has a right to be there, and you know the rest. However, this was the open door for Lisa Rapuzzi and Tory Jones because Lisa has a personal vendetta against Jeremy Hales, and here's why. It's because she's had a long-term, not a romantic relationship, but a long-term relationship with Robbie Kersey. There's your connection. And what you have to remember is that connection there then connects to Guapo. So there's your triangle. Yeah? There's your triangle. But that didn't last long. The next thing you know, everything happened with Lynette. No one knew who Lynette was. No one knew these people. They just knew him as the crazy neighbors. So that was the springboard for Lisa, for the crampons, basically, to jump in and then start going off. And what do they do? I bet you any money on this planet that they contacted him instantly, said, look, let's help you. We've had problems, blah, blah, blah. And next thing you know, you've got Lynette Preston, John Cook talking to them two idiots. Well, those three idiots. And that's how it all started. And it goes on and on and on. And we all know what's happened over the months now. But his one thing that that Lisa made a big mistake, a very big mistake. And considering that this is verbal and it's evidential, okay, this is where it's now gone from freedom of speech, freedom of expression. Okay, now it's gone to something else. So what I want you to do, I want you to listen to this, right? And I'm going to mute my mic. I want you to listen to this, okay? And hopefully you'll be able to hear it. Have I got everything set up? One second, I'm going to set it up for you. And then we'll carry on from there. All right? Because like I said, all you have to do is sit on the edge. All right? Step out of the box, sit on the edge, keep your mouth shut, open your ears, get your popcorn and your Dr. Pepper and just sit and wait. It's only a matter of time when people make a mistake. And I told you. So, without further ado, enjoy.
Are you mad? I think that's hilarious. Well, someone's mad today. It ain't me. It ain't Bruce. But you know what? There is something that should anger you and everybody. And you know what? I am going to actually mention this. I'm going to mention it for a reason. If, in fact... Oh, is it? Well, you know what? You're stupid to pull a move like that. People got to figure out who you are.
Right, did you hear that fake laugh? That fake laugh? That's, pay attention to that, but pay attention to everything else that's being said.
I'm mentioning this for a reason because it's a sick thing that this person's doing. We mentioned it, what he's been doing. Actually, Bruce mentioned it in the motion. DJ Rad has put out a song that has to do with Harley. There are pictures on the front of it. There's a picture of me and Harley on there. It's sick. It's twisted. And that needs to come down. So if you go to it and you see it and you don't like it and you think it's wrong, you could do what I did and report it.
Right there. Right there. Right. Is anyone in this chat able to tell me what they just witnessed? What did you just witness, ladies and gentlemen? Let's see if you can get it. What did you just witness in that statement? And this is not the first time. This is not the first time that this has happened. It's been indirect. They've sort of circumvented, but this time it's full blown out there with neon lights. What did just happen? What just happened? Anybody? Anyone want to guess at what just happened? Or would you like to hear it again? Okay, I'll play it again. Excuse me. And I'll play it from the beginning.
Are you mad? I think that's hilarious. Well, someone's mad today. It ain't me. It ain't Bruce. But you know what? There is something that should anger you and everybody. And you know what? I am going to actually mention this. I'm going to mention it for a reason. If, in fact... Oh, is it? Well, you know what? You're stupid to pull a move like that. People got to figure out who you are. I'm mentioning this for a reason because it's a sick thing that this person's doing. We mentioned it, what he's been doing. Actually, Bruce mentioned it in the motion. DJ Radis put out a song that has to do with Harley. There are pictures on the front of it. There's a picture of me and Harley on there. It's sick. It's twisted. And that needs to come down. So if you go to it and you see it and you don't like it and you think it's wrong, you could do what I did and report it. So that's if you think it's wrong.
Irregardless, if you think it's wrong or anything else, that's beside the point. The fact of the matter is that this absolute excuse for a human being that is wasting an extremely lot of oxygen has just incited her followers to go and attack DJ Ratters and his content. That is against community guidelines and against the TOS. And this is not the first time that she's done this. This is not the first time. If you go and do your research, she hasn't just done this to him, but she's done it to other people. Exactly, Kelly. And you know, I've been telling you guys, watch these people, listen to what they say, not how they say it. All right. And you will find in a lot of their videos, you'll find under the carpet or under the table incitement to go and attack people or to do things. Right. For example, bearded fisherman. Oh, I'm a violent person, blah, 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 blah. And when people started pointing that out, that, you know, he made comments that he was going to go to Otter Creek and everything else. Okay. I think someone with some common sense contacted him and said, dude, you know what you've done? You've stated that you're going down there. You've stated that you're violent, that you'll knock anybody out. And you know, he then one day, and I was showing that screenshot, that he went into that stream. He said, look, guys, I was only joking. I didn't mean it. No, not mine. DJ Rattus. Man, what are the dogs doing? What's going on with the dogs? Oh, right. And don't get me wrong. All right. You got over in America. Every person I've spoken to in America, right, you know, are a standing patriot when it comes to your First Amendment. Fine. Right. Freedom of speech. But that freedom of speech does not cover, right, terroristic threats or threats of violence or anything else. What she did there, that doesn't cover that. She's not covered under the freedom of that. There is incitement. That, I mean, you make up your own bloody mind, but that there's incitement, and that is against that guidelines, and that's not the only time she's done that. Now, we all know that she talks everything that comes out of her mouth. I mean, if you put her on a farm, that farm will be inundated with manure, and I mean, you'd literally never run out of manure. I mean, she would literally have to walk around and have a non-stop, eternity-issued freaking toilet paper roll that every time she opens her mouth, she would have to go and take her face for a shit because, to be honest with you, that's all that they talk is shit. The fact that she continues to defame and slander people and then plays the victim and then keeps on saying that, oh, this here, this, that, this there, oh, harassment, oh, stalking, cyber stalking, blah, 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 blah. It's like a record with a scratch, right? And don't take this the wrong way. You know, there's a lot of people who said things that they shouldn't have said, right? Hateful things, disrespectful things. I've done it. I call them the crampons, but it's satire. It's a joke. It's a piss take. But the thing is, when you start inciting people to do stuff, you do not know who you've got in your channel. You do not know. I mean, like if you've got 200 or 300 people in your channel listening to your gibberish, you don't know what mental status any of these people have. You don't know if you've got a complete fucking what's it called? Texas Chainsaw Massacre type. What's his name? person. You could have a complete psychopath sitting there listening to you and believing every word you say. But that doesn't cross your mind, does it? That does not cross your mind. It's so easy for people to make threats. I mean, I can if I was really an if I was really an arsehole and I really didn't give two shits. What was he? Jason Voorhees? Oh no, not Friday the 13th. I'm not talking about that one. But anyway, we digress. Oh, for fuck's sake. But the fact of the matter is that all this, I mean, somewhere like I can't understand it. Either I'm not understanding or I'm not grasping the level of stupidity here. Because the thing is, these people are now part of a lawsuit. Voorhees, there you go. Is it Jason Voorhees? From Friday the 13th? No, anyway. These guys are part of a lawsuit. Well, Diana, here's the thing. If you're a public figure, okay, and you put your name out there, all right, then you're a public figure, okay? They've decided to put their real names out there. But at the end of the day, I call them by their nicknames because they don't deserve to be addressed by their names, to be honest. But when it comes to all this, the biggest issue you've got now is that they are continuing the hate campaign. She will not stop unless she is stopped legally. She will not cease to talk the crap unless she is actually stopped legally. All right, and this is the proof. The fact that she has said this stuff, and you're going to listen to the rest of it.
I did and report it. So that's if you think it's wrong. But yeah, that needs to come down, in my opinion, because you're exploiting a child and you're harassing. And you better hope he's no longer in Levy County.
Okay, 2 points there. You are exploiting a child. Okay, then let me ask this most simplest question that even a 5-year-old can ask. Why did you spend all the time going on about HG, talking about HG, setting up a website with pictures that no one had seen before? But obviously, when you put that website up, all those pictures now are probably in someone's external hard drive because you were stupid enough to do that. And second, also, when you actually did go down there, you had your picture taken with HG. For what reason? For what reason? Oh, look at me. I'm with HG. And that, because the thing is, what you did on that day was not just use that child for clout, but you also proved to everyone that Lynette Preston was lying. Because you didn't have a mask on. Did you? Nor did Lynette. Don't you find that interesting? And then you used that child for about 2.5 months, right, to grift. And you ended up grifting off a lot of people by lying to them. So, yeah. Okay. And I don't even know how to put this into words. So let's listen to that again.
Exploiting a child.
Exploiting a child. Right. So what did you do? What has Lynette been doing ever since that child was born? Do you want people to bring up the newspaper clippings? Do you want to bring up all the phone calls she's made to Levy County and the allegations and the lies she said to people in Northport and everywhere else about the child? or shall we just move on? Shall we? Yeah, let's move on because we already know you're full of shit.
Exploiting a child, and you're harassing. You better hope he's no longer in Levy County.
So harassing, right? Okay. So what did you do when you actually came down to that property? You drove down to the school, then turned around and then drove back. What was that? Show of force? Usually, like on deployments, we use cap, and you got the JTAC contact in the aircraft, and they'll fly low and fast and make lots of noise. That's show of force. But you literally drive past and film the score live on your stream. What would you call that? So it's one rule for one and a different rule for everyone else. Interesting there, my lady. Interesting, yes. Sam Mitch, I'm glad you're here. I've got something to talk. I got something to announce for on behalf of Sam Mitch in a bit. Anyway, so it was that comment right after when you said, let's listen to that again.
In my opinion, because you're exploiting a child and you're harassing. You better hope he's no longer in Levy County.
So that there, if I was Rattus and I was sitting there, I would be in fear of my safety because that sounded like a threat. Oh, did that right? Anybody who just heard that, did that sound like a threat? Press 1. It did not sound like a threat. Press 2, please. Let's see what the people in the audience think, because obviously we need to keep this neutral and unbiased. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you think that comment there was a threat towards DJ Rats, please press 1. And if it was not a threat and just whatever, press 2. Let's see what the community, because this community here, I mean, Squid's community, my community, and everyone else's community, right? We all respect each other, right? And we all allow each other to have an opinion. And right now, there's a lot of people in this stream who believe that was a threat. So you've not just enticed people to go and attack and do whatever to DJ Rattus' account, but you've also made a verbal threat. Oh dear. And then considering that you are actually in a court case and you say that you didn't get served, well, here's the problem. There's different ways to serve people. And refusing. Now, at the end of the day, right, there used to be, in the old days, right, there used to be different ways to... Ooh, cake. Yes. There used to be different ways of dealing with people like you. And one of them was to just turn off the electric or evict you. Because if you are renting a property, all right, and you are behaving the way you are, if I was your landlord, I would evict you for breaking the tenant's rules. Because what you're doing, you are bringing problems, legal issues to the property. And, and I think there's a HOA in the village, if I can remember correctly. And I wonder if the HOA are aware of your antics and your behavior, because harassing and victimizing and stalking your neighbor, for one, and for two, for causing problems for the community that you live in. But hey, who am I? I'm just a Welsh sheep shagging git Brit limey person, aren't I? Yeah. So there you go. All right, but let's carry on. Let's listen to the rest of this, because here's the thing: you have to listen to what she is saying, not how she says it. All right, that bit there is a threat.
Exploiting a child, and you're harassing. And you better hope he's no longer in Levy County.
Now, here's the problem. Had you not paused and carried on talking, it could have been construed as oh, you're just letting off steam. Oh, fuck you, blah, blah, I'll knock your Blake, or blah, whatever. Right? But you paused. It was a bang. He better not be in Levy County. He better not be in Levy County. That can be construed as a threat. That now, Rattus, for example, he could stand there, right, And hang on a minute. Let me just check something. Now, sorry, I had to check my old paperwork. Now, here's the thing. Here in the UK, for example, right, under the Public Order Act of 1986, Section 4A, and I'm going to read this out to you, and Section 5 as well. So pay attention. This is over here in the UK. Public Order Act 1986, Section 4A, right? This section makes it an offence to intentionally cause harass, alarm, or distress to a person by using threatening, abusive, or insulting words or behaviour, or by displaying threatening, abusive, or insulting writing, signs, or other visible representations. Section 5 of the Public Order Act. This section covers using threatening, abusive, or insulting words or behaviour, or disorderly behaviour, or displaying threatening, abusive, or insulting writing, signs, or other visible representations within the hearing or sight of a person likely to be cause alarm and distress. Protection from Harassment Act 1997, Section 2A. This section defines harassment of a course of conduct which causes the person fear that violence will be used against them or to experience alarm and distress. Stalking. Stalking is a form of harassment, but the stalker will have an obsession with the person they're targeting, and their repeated unwanted behavior can make the victim feel distressed or scared. Offences, stalking and harassment, are offences under the Protection from Harassment Act 1997. Hey, Marlon, how you doing? Marlon, be good. Who the fuck died and made that bitch? Right, Marlon, delete that comment, please. I know that I know. Emotions are not good. Emotions are not good. Anyway, all right, so here's the thing. Making a threat, a verbal threat, doesn't protect you under the First Amendment. Okay, that there can be constituted as a threat. So therefore, right, Rattus right now can fear for his safety after you just said that. So that means Rattus can now, if he thinks that he is in imminent danger, he can defend himself because you've made a threat. A lot of people here heard it. You've made a threat. And it's probably not the first time, or it's probably not the last time you do something stupid like that. But hey, now, I'm a type of person, I give people the benefit of doubt, right? And I know that you're stupid. I know that your education is quite low, so I'm going to give you the benefit of doubt. But that's me, because I already know what you're like. And the fact that when you've got people like you sitting on your platform and all you're doing is being toxic and hateful and harassing and making up stuff with no factual or visible proof whatsoever, that should speak volumes for people. And the people who support you. Now, that is entirely up to them. That's their choice. And no one could or should say anything to them, because at the end of the day, that's their choice. It's just like other situations that have occurred over the months. Okay, it's entirely up to people to choose what they believe and what they don't. because it's very easy to convince people. Now, let's listen to the rest of it.
And you're harassing. And you better hope he's no longer in Levy County.
Threat.
It's sick. The guy's obsessed with Michelle. Yes, I think it's either today or yesterday. I got a screenshot from it today, and then I saw it, and I was like, oh my God, this guy's out of his mind.
So basically, last night, excuse me a second, I need to cough. Last night, I was honorably a guest. Yes, of course, I still love you. Last night, I was quite honorable, quite happy to be a guest on Squid Pro Quo stream, where we were discussing Flight 5342 and PAT 25, the incident that took place at the Ronald Reagan Airport. And then obviously, oh, 1 second, please. Sit back down, madam. I am back. That was work. Oh dear. Oh yes. Spawn is getting promoted and I'm getting the wage. Anyway, right. What was I saying? So last night, okay, I had the pleasure to be a guest on Hi Sweet Fly, to be a guest on Squid Protocol's stream. And obviously we discussed one thing that I have got so many fucking questions. But anyway, we then went into the motion or the response from Bruce Matskins, right? And obviously, you know, I mean, I've counted again this morning, 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, fucking two of them. Anyway, so here's the issue. When we went through there was a lot of screenshots, and obviously Squid Protocol had the pleasure of being also part of that Exhibit 8, Exit 8. She's one of the X8. And I find it quite strange that a lot of things were not put in there, but she was. Considering the only interaction she had with that absolute pleb was with the emails. But that's by and by. She can explain that herself on her stream at her diligence, you know, at her time. But what I find quite strange is that we discussed this last night. Now that response from Deuce Boy was fucking ridiculous to say the least. I mean, like, he basically put the whole case, everything that's happened from day one until yesterday, he's put that into that document. What an absolute pleb. It wasn't about the case. It was about him not turning up on a third for sanctions and for his behavior. Yes, I was. Leave me alone. All right. So what we're going to do, okay, we're going to listen to the rest of that crap, and then we're going to go into the stream properly, because I don't know. All I can say is that I really do hope that Karma. I hope she decides to dish out exactly what needs to be dished out.
Well, it's either today or yesterday. I got a screenshot from it today, and then I saw it, and I was like, "Oh my god, this guy's out of his mind."
Okay, so you state this guy's out of his mind. Are you a qualified psychologist or therapist, or are you trained to actually identify anybody with mental health issues or psychological issues like schizophrenia, paranoia, or anything else? Are you? No, you're not. So shut the fuck up and stop talking out your ass. So, you know, this is what really irritates me. Okay, is people like her will sit on her platform, break community rules, guidelines, TOS guidelines, do whatever they like. They attack some old lady, in the past. They've attacked people, on Facebook, and they think and what they do, they make these little silly mistakes by admitting, oh yeah, I've got a screenshot, and there's people still believe these people. There should be a boycott of that stream, of those people. There should be a boycott of anyone who incites toxicity and hate. This is not their life. They're not living through this nightmare. Jeremy and Georgia, Deanna, Travis, and everyone involved are living through a walking nightmare. And these people are still allowed to do this. I mean, it's gone past having an opinion now. It's definitely gone past having an opinion. Now, excuse me, let me just take a drink. It's gone past having an opinion to incitement. Look, this platform, all right, when I started going live, because I got told to, right, by rats and other people, when I started going live, for me, this platform is like an extension of my community, of my friendship with people. And I've met so many nice people. I have met so many nice people. Kasha, Robert, Marlin, Kim, SMN, Sant Mitch, Squid, Amogo, Sweetfly, Lisa, freaking loads of you. Loads of people. And even people who got pissed off with me, but they've now come back. Excuse me, I need a cough. But I'm a human being. I make mistakes. But the thing is, when someone pokes me and they keep poking, I'm going to slap the next week into them. Because at the end of the day, I have every right to defend myself. And I know that people are, they don't want that to happen because they know that, genuinely I'm quite a nice guy. I'm a gentle giant. All right. My wife calls me the gentle giant. But I don't like bullies, and I don't like people who lie. And the fact that they sit on that platform and incite other people to attack someone, attack their their platform, and then say, "Yeah, I'm okay," and then state that they're all, oh yeah, we're good as gold. Fuck off. I am so sick and tired of people trying to dictate how I respond or anyone else responds. But these people can sit on their platform and do and say what they like? Really? So it's okay. So it's, excuse me a second. So it's okay for this absolute. I mean, do you know this type of xenomorph should be put in a cage and yeah. It makes no sense to me. It makes no sense. So you've got a group of people who can do and say what they like, and no one says anything and actually goes, "Yeah, well done, well done." But when you get someone who actually puts the truth and the facts out there, what is it? Because I'm not an American? Is it because I am not a follower of the Constitution? Does that mean that every single person who's not an American is judged because of specifically that and then judged again on what they say in the show? Or is it because fear, that people fear these individuals? Let me tell you right now, you don't have to fear either of them or any of them. Do you know why? Because all they are balloons with hot air in them. And you know, in the old days when you were a kid, you want to make that weird noise with a balloon, and you just pull the air release area where that little knob, and you pulled it, and it went, and it would let that really make that weird noise. That's what they're doing. The fact that they are the fact that she sat on that platform and said they're taking advantage of Harley rates. What the fuck have they been doing from day one? The fact that they've been grifting. Okay, right. And the fact that they don't worry about me, guys. Seriously, don't worry about me. The fact that these people contradict themselves on such a level that a deaf, blind Chinese minefield instructor would even know that they're full of shit. So, you know, it gets me. But let's listen to the rest of it, because then I can move on from this shit.
Well, it's either today or yesterday. I got a screenshot from it today, and then I saw it, and I was like, oh my God, this guy's out of his mind.
And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is that. I mean, like there is so much more. There is so much more we could go into, but I'm not gonna. I'm really not gonna waste my time. The fact of the matter is that over the last 6 months or 7 months that I've witnessed, right? Yeah, exactly. Over the last 6-7 months, I've been watching it and watching them. You know, her toxicity and her defamatory and her fantasy type of thinking has got so unhinged that you've got Tory sort of supporting her going, yeah, that's right. And like, I'm going, well, hang on a minute, until I heard that. Now, the other day, a few days ago, we created two songs together. We want the Harley Grace song and, you know, the crowd song. You know, that is how a community should operate. That is how a community should be, you know, where everyone is part of something of a creation. But when you've got people lying and grifting and using other people, look, Lynette Preston and John Cook are not good people, but they're still people, nevertheless. They're still human beings, right? They make mistakes. Unfortunately, those two, you know, they're in a habit. It is a habit, because someone who changes their name so many times over such a short period of time, okay, and the fact that you've got a lawyer who doesn't address her by her legal name, but addresses her by her middle name, right? That should speak volumes. And then you've got the lawyer who's an absolute space cadet. Oh, actually, I wouldn't call him that. An absolute waste of rations, who's got a nose you could. I mean, the Russians have the best icebreakers in the world. America, if you put Bruce Matskin on the bow of a ship, I will tell you right now, you will glide through 50 foot of ice like that. I assure you. So, because as a lawyer, he's not going to do very well now. So his new employment could be a bow ice-breaking nose. Who knows? Right? But the fact that these people have a lawsuit against them. Oh, I need a doctor better. Have a lawsuit against them, and they are still continuing. And they're still continuing this stupidity is beyond me. Now, I mean, like, I don't want to be accused of being anti-American, which I'm not. I've got lots of friends, and here I've also got lots of friends here, you know, who are from the States. But you guys need to sort your shit out over there. You definitely need to sort that something out. because this is delusional. The behavior is delusional. And I'm not just talking about them either. I'm talking about there's a lot of people who need, who need that professional help. Interesting. I mean, obviously we've got so many, and here's another thing. There are so many qualified psychologists involved in all this. I mean, on Facebook, we've got hundreds of them. On YouTube, we've got hundreds of psychologists who are professional psychologists who know exactly how a person's brain works. I mean, all I am is a counselor. I mean, I've got the qualification as a counselor. You all knew that I was going through a course to become a counselor. Obviously, it's where do you draw the line? Where do you draw the line? Where do you draw the line through delusional or just attention seeking? Where do you draw that line? Who knows? But anyway, I have totally forgot what else I was going to do. So we are now going to go on, and we are now. Wait a minute. There you go. Ha! There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Right. So now that I've got that out of the way and out of my chest, here's what I would do. Is not contact any of these people. Don't even acknowledge what they're saying. Hi, Debbie Webb, Missy Lady. Hi, everybody. I do apologize that I've ignored you, but I needed to get this shit out. It doesn't. It makes you think. I mean, like, as an outsider, as a person who doesn't live in the United States, obviously I can't comment on the laws and stuff like that as much. I can only go by what I see. Last night, when Squid and I were talking through the legal docs, reading it was just, I felt sorry for Squid because, like, the first stream hurt our heads. The second one, no, it already sort of like upset our brains anyway, because, like, there's a lot of questions that but we were not even at page 3 and we had brain aneurysms. I mean, we're talking about an apparent professional lawyer, being a lawyer 26, 27, whatever years. All right. Wait a minute. 20, 22, 22, 26 years. All right. He's been a lawyer 26 years. Good morning, Kasha. How you doing? And good morning, Robert, as well. All right. And then he copies and pastes that. I mean, he basically put everything about the case. I mean, someone said, I can't remember Squid who said it, but someone said in Squid's stream last night, it's like an opening statement. Someone was like, he was making a mum to an angel, hi there. Like, he was making an open statement. You hit the nail on the head. The fact that the judge wanted to know what these are the reasons why he didn't come, why he shouldn't be sanctioned, why he shouldn't have the PRO VC removed. All right. And the fact that he sent that in is a slap in the legal system's face. It's a slap in the judge's face, and it's a slap in Randy Shockett's face, because Randy Shockett went to that hearing, he got sanctioned, and he paid his due. He got slapped on the wrist and he got fined for it, and he paid his due. So why is that absolute clown trying to avoid that? And then says, well, you can take it out of the money that's owed to me in fees. Dude, you're not getting any fees. You're pro bono. You stated that from day one. I personally believe that the federal government, RICO, needs to get involved in this. They need to investigate him. They need to investigate Rapuzzi. They need to investigate the freaking flea bags. They need to investigate every single one of them. That includes Roy Crusher, Tischendorf, Rapuzzi, Jones, every single one of them. Every single one of them needs to be investigated by the IRS and be investigated under the federal and state rules of RICO. Boom. Because they were the ones who started this RICO crap against Jeremy, where Jeremy has always been transparent and has always showed everything. He's always been transparent. They have attacked his business. They've attacked him personally. They've attacked his partner on her health issues and everything else. So, yeah, good morning, everyone. Am I on a rant? Is this a rant? Am I ranting? Or am I just giving my opinion in a very assertive way? Right, okay, I'm paying attention to chat now, guys. So I do apologize. Good morning, everyone. Morning, Yvonne Chavez. Good morning. Welcome to the stream. Oh, wait a minute. Who else? Okay. Right, one little announcement, guys. I want to make a little announcement, so please just bear with me. Okay, seriously, guys, what could possibly go wrong? I mean, fucking everything else has already gone wrong anyway. There's so much. Being a Floridian, I can honestly say there probably won't be a smaller town where. Do you know how many? Here's one thing. I think I said this the other day. How many ever villages in the United States and Florida this is happening? Where? Yeah. Anyway, so what could possibly go wrong? So intermission. So I'm gonna have like a quick brew. I'm gonna go make a quick brew, and basically what we're gonna do now is oh shit! Wait, Mayday! Oh no, what have we done with the music? Oh wait a minute. Intermission. Oh, there you go. So what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna have a quick intermission. All right. And basically, have a quick intermission. And basically, we want to welcome everyone who's new here. So welcome to Chaos and Confusion. No, wait a minute. That's the other guy, isn't it? What am I? Welcome. Anyway. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to listen to a little bit of relaxing tunes. Know who I am? Spawn? Well, you're not my mum. Mum to an angel. Mum to an angel. Mum to an angel. Okay, so let's play Mum to an angel. No, I don't know who you are. You're going to tell me, or are we going to sit here and play games? I'm joking. But anyway, just give me a couple of secs, and I will be right back. So enjoy the tune. Okay, I'm back. So, Irie Right, so let's crack on, shall we? Right, before I carry on, yep. Okay, let's have a quick chat. Now, obviously, over the past month, it's very important to help people, and it's very important to, put it out there. And when it comes to members of my own community, of I am part of, which is you guys, I know that you guys can spread the word, and I know you guys can be there for each other. And one of our own, right, is going through a situation, and I've already said to him, I said, you need to be transparent, you need to be honest, and show people what's going on. And so, Sergeant Mitch front and center, in Parade West. Thank you very much. Now, Sergeant Mitch has been a pillar of this community. He's very supportive, and he's been going through some issues, right? So, out of respect for him and the way I am, he is a fellow veteran, and being a fellow veteran and being a veteran myself, I'm not going to allow this to just disappear. So I'm going to put it out there. I would like you guys to just go and have a little read of this, and if you want to support him, support him. If you it's entirely up to you. Okay. So please go and show some support to Sergeant Mitch and give him a big hug. Okay. He probably might feel a little bit of embarrassment, a little bit embarrassed, but he's a fellow veteran, and yeah. All we can do is just point in a direction where someone needs help, and then it's up to the people to help. And I hope that you guys don't mind. So, let's show Sergeant Mitch a little bit of love as well. Okay. Am I muted? Have I been talking and I'm muted? No, I'm not muted. Okay, good. Why has chat suddenly stopped? Hello? Anybody? Am I alone again? Alone again. Sitting here alone. I'm alone. Or is chat stopped? What's going on? What's that? Oh, there you go. Okay. Yeah. Yes. There you go. There you go. So yeah, and the thing, Sergeant Mitch is part of the community. He is a veteran, and he asked me the other night if I could, pass it on. And I was like, of course, I'll be honest with you, I did give him a bit of a hard time. Sometimes I don't like to, plug GoFundMe's and stuff like that, but I will when it comes to people I know, because at the end of the day, we all need it. Just like Squid needs support and help, every single person needs that support and help. Squid definitely needs help. She needs to get herself a better chair and a better table and a better sort of lighting system behind her. So, she can pimp out that little area there so it looks a little bit more, doesn't look as Spartan. Can't believe I was 2 away from my actual freaking 47 YouTube mentions. That's another thing. The fact that guy, I would love to be a fly on the wall. Sorry, sweet fly on the wall. I would love to be a fly on the wall in chambers when that judge reads that response from Deuce Boy. Oh, God. I would love to. But yeah. But anyway, at the top, you've got the link to the GoFundMe for Sergeant Mitch. And Sergeant Mitch, if you're there, you don't have to be shy. You can come in and talk to people. Don't be shy, buddy. All right. unless I'm sure he came in. Did he come in? I'm sure he did. Oh, I can't remember. But yeah, Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. It's one of those days. The thing is, I definitely want to talk about these absolute clowns. No, he can't. He can't. I mean, like Deuce Boy. When I was saying, I was saying to people, he's probably not respond, but if he does respond, it's going to be. It's not going to. Yeah, and the fact that he responded on the day, right? I mean, he's put. I mean, if I'll be honest with you, if I was that judge, I would have slapped him with sanctions. I would have probably put a bench warrant out for his arrest, and then I would have put him in jail for 60 days or 90 days, just to teach him a lesson. This is not how the legal system works. You don't dictate what you want. You go by what the law says. Mum to an Angel, I think he would be very appreciative. Right? He'll be very appreciative. It's it's like do you know what? I mean, I was just thinking about super chats, memberships, and I am glad. In a way, I'm glad I'm not monetized, because not one of them can turn around and say that I'm grifting. Right? I'd rather do good and put good word out for someone than But the day I do monetize, I'm gonna enjoy the money that's coming in, because every single penny is going to go back out. It's going to go for. I'm going to be paying it forward, and I've said that before. Did I say that before? I have said that before, haven't I? I'm going to go for. It's going to be. Yeah, I'm going to donate to combat stress. I'm going to donate to SAFA. I'm going to donate to. Wait a minute, Spawn. I must say that you were on my mind the other day. Okay, easy, Tiger, easy. I did a spawn. I puked right out on the bus. My God, I wanted to fall under the seat. Not a pretty sight. Car sick deluxe. Yeah. I hope you shouted, "Get out! You haven't paid your rent." Oh, Rattus, haven't you heard that one of the crampons made a indirect, a threat that you should leave Otter Creek? That's a threat, mate. The tone she said it in. Hang on a minute. Let me find it again. I bet you any money I can't find it now. Oh, for fuck's sake. Is it this one?
Are you mad? I think that's hilarious. Well, someone's mad today.
Right.
It ain't me.
Just listen.
It ain't Bruce. But you know what? There is something that should anger you and everybody. And you know what? I am going to actually mention this. I'm going to mention it for a reason. If in fact, oh, is it? Well, you know what? You're stupid to pull a move like that. People got to figure out who you are. I'm mentioning this for a reason, because it's a sick thing that this person is doing. We mentioned it, what he's been doing. Actually, Bruce mentioned it in the motion. DJ Rad has put out a song that has to do with Harley. Her pictures on the front of it. There's a picture of me and Harley on there. It's sick. It's twisted. And that needs to come down. So if you go to it and you see it and you don't like it and you think it's wrong, you could do what I did and report it. So that's if you think it's wrong. But yeah, that needs to come down, in my opinion, because you're exploiting a child and you're harassing. And you better hope he's no longer in Levy County.
There you go. That there is a threat. And also, something else I've realized, that's abuse of the system, the reporting system. So yeah, but anyway, I forgot what I was going to say now. I did forget what I was going to say. And do me a favor, guys, spread that link, that GoFundMe link around. Spread it. Let's help a member of the community, and we all do that. Squid does it. I do it. We all support people who really do need the support. And I can just imagine me getting, Jesus Christ, being monetized. I wonder what that feels like. Hey, Squid Rattus, what's it like being monetized? I'm only joking. I don't care. Oh, yeah. Right. What? Let me see what's the next. I totally forgot what. The local news on toxicity. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just point out a couple of things about toxicity. Right. Now, everyone thinks that, like, when you have an argument with someone, it's drama. It's not. It's having a fucking argument. Let's try to keep it in a realistic terms, yeah. Right. But when you are personally a negative person and you treat everyone with discontent, and then you go onto a platform, in fact, you know what? You've actually done, I've just realized something. The crampons have done us a favor, because now what we can do, if we see people's names, we can just block them. And then some of these people are just there genuinely, want to hear both sides of everything. And then say, oh, why did you block me? Well, if you're going to, and that day people say, oh, well, that's hypocrisy. That's guilty by association. Well, no, it's not. Because at the end of the day, it's some of those people will then come back and start spreading lies and spreading crap. And that's where the toxicity and the bullshit comes from. And the amount of videos that are being posted about them streams, I mean, okay, we know they want the attention. They seek the attention. They want it. They want the attention. Right? And they've got it. I mean, look, they've boosted Rattus's. They gave Rattus a bit of a shout out. I mean, hell, they used to give me a shout out and they stopped. I wonder why. Is it because they realized that every time they opened their mouths, I would have a comeback and prove categorically of how possessed they are? Oh, an exorcism. I wonder if that would work. I wonder if we can get an exorcism done. I mean, I wonder how that would go down. Anyway. Well, the best thing you can do, Mountain Angel, is just basically, come to me in my streams and just sit back, chill out, and just laugh, just giggle, have fun with the other guys. Noshua, Ammo Girl, David, Marlin, Texas Alien, everybody who comes in this stream, Squid, right? We all have a giggle, right? Lisa, right? She comes out with some short liners. It's funny, right? And you can relax it, because no one, right, is going to treat you negatively. You're going to be treated exactly the way you treat other people, right? With respect. Yeah, and that's why this community is so strong. That's why when you go to share that to Messenger. Where are you? You Australia? Where are you, prisoner 64456? Why can't I see you privately? Hang on a minute. Tell me if this works. Oh yeah, there you go. There you go, done. And why is it that I always get a stomachache? Oh, I know why. I've been eating these shitty cakes, and they got, yeah. I wonder if I'm allergic to almonds. Well, we'll find out in about 10 minutes' time when I poo myself. No, I'm not joking. Oh. Seriously, I can't understand why people are so toxic. Look, if you're gonna fall out or you're gonna argue with someone, fall out, have the argument, ignore each other. But if you want a good environment and you want an environment where you'll hear the truth and you'll hear facts, you got Raz, you got Squid, you got me, you got Megan, Tug, you got Shizzy, yeah, just to name a few. Can I please sing a song? No, I'm not. I don't want to sing. I really don't want to sing today. I don't feel like singing, my dear. I probably might do it over the weekend, though. Once I was a small boy. Labby-dooby-dooby-dooby-dooby-dooby-doo. I need to go because I got to poo, and it's gonna be like you. Bruce, you are a dickhead. The only problem is that the dick is really good when you know how. Anyway, yeah. Sorry. Oh. Can't believe I have been named of a chick. I hope that spawned a chick kicks ass in that cage. Yeah. Anyway, so let's see what the judge says. I say the judge is going to pound the shit out of him with sanctions, and probably he's got, like, if that judge doesn't remove and hold him in contempt, especially with that, how can you put a 64-page exhibit? I mean, like a 14-page response and a 64-page or fucking whatever page, right, exhibits. That's not what he asked for. That was, and then having the I needed security. I felt in fear of my safety. Blah 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 blah. But you'll go and give it big lips on other people's platforms. Interesting. Don't you find that interesting? Right? And where's the proof? And why is it like perfect example last night? Good morning, Star. Perfect example last night. Right? We were going through, like, Squid and I were going through the motion and that. And he was coming out with all this stuff. Who's to blame that it's affecting his income and his firm? He is self-employed. He is the one who is responsible of his own actions. I mean, it's like if you go to any self-employed individual and you go, I need you to do that job. Anyone with the right balls in between their legs would turn around and say, sorry, I can't do that job because I need to finish this job first. Or I can't accept that job because I'm doing that job. Or I can't accept those two jobs. And the thing is, he's lied about him not having work because he's done other cases. I mean, if I really wanted to, and I spent a couple of minutes looking for the actual proof, I could show you every single case he's done. Hi, Snowflower. Hi, sweetheart. I can show you every single case he has done, up to and after and during. You seriously think that he hasn't worked on other cases? Do you seriously think he just sits in his house and works on this case here? And do you know why I know he doesn't? Because the thing is, his responses and his motions and everything else are totally all over the place. He is the only one. I haven't seen Socket do it. I haven't seen Randy do it. I haven't seen anyone else do it except him. His motions are all over the place. They're copy and paste and everything else. Yeah, exactly. All he does is copy from the past, because here's the old saying: if it works, use it. If it's not broken, don't fix it. And that's what he does. He will use stuff that he's used in his last case. I mean, he's used the same type of shit that he's used in Connecticut, the disciplinary board. He's doing exactly the same thing. Anyone, I mean, to be honest with you, I won't be very, I will be extreme. Oh my God. What the fucking. What the fuck is that? Who the fuck is that? I will be extremely surprised. And I'm going to say this off my own back. After all this time, if this judge does not remove the Pro Act free sheet and actually hold Bruce Matskin in contempt, then here's what I would say. to all you people in the United States of the Americanese. This is what I would do. First of all, go down and get yourself a passport. Okay? Make sure you got your driving license and passport and insurance and everything else up to date. Okay? I would then find a place where you can sell any valuable stuff and make as much money as you can. All right? Buy a vehicle like a 4x4 or truck or something, that's sturdy. Get yourself a caravan or a trailer. Buy yourself some outdoor stuff like tents and sleeping bags and stuff like that. All right. And then get the fuck out of America, because I tell you one thing, your legal system will suck. If Bruce Matskin walks away from this with nothing but a fucking slap in the ass, right, then you know that you've got a serious dysfunctional legal system in America. Bruce Matskin should have not been allowed to continue to practice law. And this is what causes all the toxicity, what's going on right now from this anti-what-the-hell's ecosystem. And no, I'm not going to do any admission yet. Let's go back one. There you go. Right? So you figure that one out. Because to be perfectly honest with you, everything, the good old boy system and everything else that's going on, that people will say, oh, it's good old boy. Do you know that every single one of you from the United States sitting in this channel right now, do you know that it's also your responsibility? Because all these people get voted in. It starts from the bottom and works its way up. Now, if you start affecting, right, people's positions, right, and you start showing the system that no, we're not tolerating this. This is not the way, we should be. If someone is guilty of something, right, they should be tried, proven innocent until proven guilty. When you've got lawyers like Bruce Matskin who abuse the system, and basically this whole situation could have been dealt with within a couple of months legally, but it's gone on for nearly a year. Well, coming up to a year. Well, it's been going on for quite a long time, but he's been part of this for just under a year. Now, how come a lawyer for MLS can write a fantastic motion, and also posted in that motion that he spoke to Randy Sockett? This guy's only been on the radar for what, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever. And there's already professional communication between two counsels. And there's already been stuff done. That is how correct, proper legal communication should work. But what we do every time Bruce fucking Foreskin puts a motion in, it's like reading a book. The 14 pages that he put in were excuses, theories about his wife. I want to see evidence of this. And I think the judge is going to say, well, I want to see proof. If the judge doesn't do that, if the judge doesn't turn around and say, I want to see evidence of everything you've stated here, I want to see doctor's reports, I want to see x-rays, the emails to your employer, I want an explanation, because those emails that she sent to her employer and that she received back, I have never, ever seen any type of interaction or communication or correspondence between an employee and an employer like that. Sending an email saying, oh, I quit. Really? And then getting an email back, yeah, okay, fine, thanks, bye. What about keys? What about security cards? What about lockers? What about, end of, like your pink slip or whatever you get when you leave? Like over here, it's the P45, but, everything that, your insurance and everything that you covered for. I've had a rotary cuff injury. It took about 4 to 5 weeks to heal itself with all the exercise and everything else. I actually went to physiotherapy for my shoulder. And that lasted for 6 weeks. So, I think all this is bullshit. But unfortunately, there's going to be people out there who are going to believe every word that comes out of his mouth. He lied in his motion trying to withdraw. He lied, right? Because I bet you any money that Lynette Preston and John Cook did not know about that. Because if they did, why did John comment on their stream? Why? Because if they had known that he what you call it, he quit or they fired him, I can tell you one thing now: Lynette Preston and John Cook would have been talking about it. Not a freaking peep, nothing, not one word. So I'm telling you right now, they're not even. I bet you any money they're not even aware that he put that on that motion. So you figure it out. I think this whole situation is now going to we're going to see a lawyer be destroyed legally. Rotary cuff. I don't say cuff. I say cup. Do you not understand English? Do you not speak the English? I didn't say cuff. I say cup. Probably sounded like cuff. Did I say cuff or cup? I can't forget. Who cares? It's the same thing. It goes round and round and round and round and round and round. Anyway, right? But there you go. I forgot what I was going to say now. So yeah, I'm looking forward. I am really, really looking forward to seeing what the judge is going to say. I really, really want to see what the judge is going to say. I don't think Bruce is. I don't think Bruce is going to like what the judge will do. I don't think Bruce is going to enjoy it. Okay, Dr. Squid, rotary cuff. There you go. But anyway, how? No. Yeah, here's another thing. 19th of December, right? He had to pay $700 for security. Why? I mean, you know how you can figure this one out. What you can actually do, right? You can go to the court, or you can ask Jeremy or Randy. He said, Jeremy, quick question of interest. When Bruce Matskin turned up, was there a stranger with him? Because like a CPO or a personal security, they stay within freaking 2-3 feet of you. Basically, they stay within reach. Wait, what? Read your last comment. Now that BV has put the child on the record, can Randy go on with what we will learn it? To be honest with you, Marlene, you'd have to ask Squid or someone who actually knows about American law a little bit more than I do. But the fact that he and the crampons and everyone else seem to use that poor child as a freaking pawn in a chess game, it's getting a bit sickening now. Megan said she hired security Pinkerton and paid $5,000. Yeah, like CPOs are not cheap. CPOs are not cheap. You know, if you get a CPO, I can tell you right now they're not cheap. Oh, by the way, a CPO is a close protection officer, right? Because you have to have qualifications. You have to have the close protection qualification. A normal security officer or normal security guard is not legally allowed to be your personal security, whereas a CPO is. Yep, that is what a CPO does, Gary. But a normal security officer cannot do that. They have to have a close protection license. And they also, I think, if I can remember correctly, what a friend of mine told me, he said they need a close protection certificate. They need to have the carry and concealment certificate. And obviously they need to be advanced first aid trained and everything else. After the incident, what happened a few years back where a security officer shot a fan, yeah, it all changed. Yeah, Pinkerton has been going since the 18th century. They're the oldest security company in the world, Pinkertons. They go back a long way. Yep. And I'll tell you one thing, if you work for Pinkertons and you want to do CPO work or you want to do that type of work, and you ask them, they will actually put you through the training. They will actually pay for it. And the thing is, you do one job and you've already paid it back. Yeah, the Pinkerton, I totally agree. Pinkerton is not, if not the best, but it's one of the best security companies. A lot of members of the armed forces, when they leave the military, actually go and work for Pinkertons. Excuse me. There's also a company here in the UK that I actually met a couple of members in Iraq, and they do CPO work, and they do like the close protection driver, close protection officer, and the course itself is nearly $3,000. So yeah, but that's by and by. Like, we don't want to get derailed, or we don't want to digress on that. The fact of the matter is that Bruce stated that he paid $700 for personal security. So that means he basically just turned around to a security guard, gave him $700 and said, right, just make sure no one comes near me. That, right? And the fact, if he went into the courthouse with that, that's actually against the law, that. Because you can't bring a civilian into the courthouse I think there's a legal thing. I have to ask my mate, because he's a lawyer over there. Actual fact, no, I'll ask. I'll ask someone else. My friend who's a cop in Houston. Yes, I'm going to ask him tonight. I'm going to call him on Zoom and then harass him for 20 minutes and call him names. And his wife probably might agree with me. That's a good friend. That's a friend. Do you know what? I'd walk into his house, right? And I'd walk into his living room. I'd put my feet on the table and just turn his TV on, and he wouldn't say anything. He would actually offer me a beer, but I don't drink beer. So that's what friends are. He's yeah. We met in Iraq, actually. But anyway, so that's one thing, right? So show proof of that. Also show any medical issues. Also, the fact that you're using your children. Now, in 2019, his son was 9 and his daughter, well, his stepson was 9 and his stepdaughter was 15. Okay, that was 6 years ago. That makes her 21 and that makes him 16. No, 15. Yeah, 16, whatever. All right. So you're telling me a 21-year-old needs a handheld? Really? Okay. And also prove that you haven't had any work. Prove, because it's very easy to go to Connecticut, Massachusetts, and Boston, wherever, and go to every single courthouse and look at all the past court hearings with your name on it. Very easily done. Very easily done. And it's public knowledge as well, public information. Do you know what? Fuck it, I'll do it right now. Let's have a look. Let's have a look, shall we? Right. Bruce B. Matskin. Okay. Connecticut Insider, MapQuest, Matskin Law Office, Brantford. Oh boy. Oh boy. Michael Falk, Law Office. Updated April 25th. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Right. Bruce, Matskin Bruce, Law Office, unclaimed, personal injury law. Health, injury and disability. Experienced and compassionate elder law attorney offering personalized guidance to help. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no, they're all right. They're okay. So nothing there. Hasn't been claimed. Right. Okay, let's go. Right. Let's have a look on Avo. Oh, look at you standing there with looking all posh. You absolute pleb. For over 20 years, I've been representing victims of workplace discrimination, sexual harassment, wrongful termination, retaliation, and other wrongful or illegal conduct in the workplace. In addition, I handle wage issues, misclassification issues, and workplace injuries. Can advise you on employment contracts, non-competition agreements, and severance agreements, including. So basically, you've got practice areas, discrimination, 34%, 33%. So, yeah, no, licensed in Connecticut for 27 years. Okay, so in your biography, you say 20 years. But, you say that you've licensed in Connecticut for 27 years, licensed in Massachusetts for 28 years. All right, so how the hell acquired 1996, acquired 1997? So, okay, then. That's very interesting because let me have a look at my paperwork here. Let's go and have a look at my paperwork, shall we? Let's have a look, see what discrepancies we can find here. Deuce Matskin, where are you? Oh, oopsie. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Oops. Sorry. Am I showing that? I'm sorry. I do apologize. That was an accident. I'm sorry about that. I shouldn't have shown that. Let's have a look, shall we? Right. Okay, let's have a look, shall we? Deuce Matskin. Where is your... Let's have a look here. Let's have a little glimpse of looks here, shall we? Where is the information? Here we go. Here we go, 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 here we go. You're a pleb. So, okay, right. So on his website, licensed in Connecticut for 27 years. Okay? Acquired in 1997. All right, no problem. All right. Licensed in Massachusetts for 28 years. State Massachusetts, acquired 1996. I hope you guys are paying attention right now, okay? Just make sure you're paying attention. Yeah? So, Connecticut, 27 years, acquired 1997. Massachusetts, 28 years, acquired 1996. Well, you worked as a chief law clerk in Massachusetts Superior Court from September 1996 to August 1998 for 2 years. What's wrong with this picture? What is wrong with this picture? Because here's the thing. You studied law, Deuce Boy. You studied law in Boston University School of Law from 1993 to 1996. But apparently you got licensed in Massachusetts in 1996. So therefore, that could sort of like okay. But there's a problem. There is a slight problem. You became self-employed. You started your own business in 2004. In Massachusetts, you started in March 2004 to present day. And in Connecticut, you started in January 2004. So, yeah, I think I just caught you in a lie there, sunshine. All right, because this is from this here. Fucking idiot. Okay, right. Let's just do this. Right, let's just do this. Oh boy, you couldn't make this shit up even if you tried. Right, so this here, okay, this here, ladies and gentlemen. All right, this is what he's stated on Avo. Okay, he stated that license in Connecticut 27 years. All right. Yeah, but this one here, yeah, that's 21 years, fella. That's 21 years, right? I swear to God, this is hurting my brain. Here, this is when you came out of law school. Does anyone notice any discrepancy here, or is it just me? Is it me, or and just before people think that this is made up and it's all bullshit, right? You can't make this shit up even if you've tried. Right? This, ladies and gentlemen, is the whole history. 3 years law school. When did you take your bar exam? 96. 2 years as a CLC when you solo. So what happens with the other 6 years that, as you state, you worked as a superior court until 1998? You're not good at maths, are you? No, he's not. Right? So he left law school, went straight into Massachusetts Superior Court and worked there for 2 years. Then he then obviously you can see here, right? There's a gap. Yeah, there's a gap. So you're looking at a gap of 6 years. And the reason being is because he worked for a private company, right, where he got fired. He was fired for his conduct and for his behavior. And he stated that. He's already told people about that. Right? But in the same year, in 2004, he then starts his own business or LLC. Right? We've covered this a long time ago. You know, this is the research. You can't make this shit up. I'm fine. Oh boy, this is this is interesting. This is interesting. I mean, you're seeing it for yourself, people, right? You're seeing it for yourself. In actual fact, what's this? Oh, I better not show that. No, I can't show that. No, I'm not going to. Oh, no, I'm not going to show that. Oh, can't show that. Oh, I want to show that, but I can't show that. God damn it. Ah, God. I would love to show this. Oh, I'm going to show this shit. I'm definitely showing that. Wait a minute. This is what he wrote. Okay? This is what he wrote about his paranoia about the Deuce thing. The mac and cheese cover-up by Bruce Matskin Esquire. A judge allowed a conflict of interest. Disciplinary authorities whitewashed it, and the company was stolen. I have been practicing as a member of the bars of Connecticut, Massachusetts for 27 years, which is not with no professional discipline. The rules of professional conduct state a lawyer shall not make a statement that the lawyer knows to be false or with reckless disregard as its truth or falsely concerning the qualification or integrity of the judge. If the statement in this article are false or I can't back them up, they would be grounds for discipline that could result in suspension of my law license. This story should be astounding to anyone familiar with the legal and judicial ethics, especially lawyers and judges. Now, why the God would he put that shit up? Why would he do that? Why? In actual fact, 1 second, I'll be right back. Why? Why would Deuce Boy put this shit up? Now, if you actually pay attention, and you do pay attention, and I hope that people do pay attention and do step out the box and do have a look what's going on, and you would realize that everything that Deuce Boy did around that time, he is doing now. Morning, Roy. How you doing, buddy? Right? This is what he is doing now. Okay? So at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, if you decide oh, well, Bruce this, Bruce that, that is entirely up to your choice. But the thing is, this is why I always say, step out of the box, look at the bigger picture, and if you're not sure, do the research. Do your own research to confirm or deny what's being said. It is very easy to say something about Gary or Ammo Girl, Lisa, Squid, Marlin, Roy, or Laura or Steve. It's very easy. It's very easy for people to say this, that, and never, right? But what you need to remember is it's very easy to just type in a name, do some research, and then find a connection between behavior. The way he's been like in the last 7 months and the way he was a few years back. What type of law does he practice? Has he been practicing that law all his career? Has he got any ability or knowledge about different types of law? The thing is, I think he is out of his comfort zone. He is out of his comfort zone because this has federal law. By the looks of it, he may have never ever touched federal law. What he is doing, he is learning about federal law. And that's why you see these different types of fuck-ups. And now we're going to sit here and wait until the judge responds. And depending how the judge responds, depends how this is all going to end. And I hope that he is no longer a lawyer after the judge responds. And I hope that Jeremy and his counsel decide to do a summary, what do you call it? What's the word again? Summary judgment. There you go. That's the word I was looking for. Right? And that there's a summary judgment about this whole thing. So that case one, the federal case one, can then get put away. And then it comes to case two. And that's when all the guns can come to the floor. That's when everyone can come on and start getting involved, because the counter lawsuit, the class action lawsuit against them, it's gonna be a groundbreaking thing. The fact that Bruce Matskin has messed up so bad, right? His C-Class Mercedes, he may as well sell that. And here's the thing, even if he did leave and he did a runner, hypothetically speaking, he did a runner and went to Armenia or to Europe or anything else. Armenia don't have an extradition thing, but Europe does. And the problem is, right, is that he's not worth the international issue. Right, so the government will just go, right. But I tell you one thing: the moment he steps back into the United States, right, he's going to go from "Welcome to America, hello to jail." It's going to be one of them. So, yeah. So, Deuce Boy, if you're listening, or any of your cronies are listening, here's a bit of advice. Shower gel is preferred. I would not buy soap, and get yourself your own loafer. All right, and start sort of like, getting used to, how can I put it? Get used to the old sphincter being bigger than having no pressure when you push. But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one. But anyway, right, guys, I'm going to go for a quick 2-minute intermission because I need to go to the bathroom. I need to go and pray to the porcelain gods. So please bear with me and enjoy some entertainment. Okay, guys, let's get it going and stand by. And 1, 2, 3, 4, left, 2, 3, 4, and squat. 1, 2, 3, 4, left, 1, 3, 4, right, 1, 3, 4, and squat. Doggy walk, 1, 2, doggy walk, 2, 3, doggy walk, 1, 2, doggy walk, 2, 3, and back. And forth, and back, and forth, and back, and forth. And now, step to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Step to the right. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold each other's hands. Look at each other into each other's eyes. And left. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. 2, 3, 4. Left. 2, 3, 4. Right. 2, 3, 4. Ready? And squat. 2, 3, and left, and left, and left, and left. Well done, everyone. Everyone, give yourself applause. Well done, everybody. Give yourself applause. Well done. Good exercise. Good exercise. Anyway, I'm back. Right. Couple of things that I, wanted to cover before we go into the coffee time. Right, is this. Okay, now. We discussed this. We were discussing this. Yeah. right? We would just, but I want you to read this. The plane was told to change its landing from runway 1 to runway 4. This is what's been doing my heading. Okay, this is what done my heading. Now, if you look at the flight, this obviously we're going to carry on in Squid Pro Quos, right? Right, but what, like, I know that you're catching up, but this is what we were talking about last night. And the thing is, I wasn't very sure, but this here confirms it, right? This here, this comment confirms, right? The plane was told to change its landing from runway 1 to runway 33, where descending planes fly over helicopters corridor at much lower altitude. Right, so basically, this route here was lower than this one, right? Because if you look at the runway, right, and this is a little bit of magic, right? If I go like this, and I go to, yeah, let's use red. Okay, now the plane should have come in this one here. Okay, now as you can see here, this is runway 1, this is runway 4. And this is runway 33. Okay. Now at the top here, you've got runway 15 or 15. You've got runway 6, and yeah. So right. So you got 2 runways from that direction and 3 from this direction. Now, what was confusing me last night when we were discussing this, when Squid and I were discussing this, very quickly, was the fact that this here, okay, all right, this is the rate, this is obviously the visual, yeah, there's your runways here, 1, 4, 33, 15, and 6, no, that's 19, that's, sorry, my bad, that's 19, okay, now, the aircraft, the helicopter flew down like this, and then flew this way, right, so I'm gonna show you, right, the route. All right, so the helicopter came down like that. It flew around here, and then it went like that, and then it came out like that way. Okay, so basically straight into the path of there. Yeah. Right. Now on the next one, you can see the flight path. All right. Flight 53422, and Squid, this is just for later. So I try to remember this because I looked at I did a research last night. I said I was going to do some research, so I thought I'll drop this on you now. All right. Basically, okay, the flight path of 5342 was changed from runway 1, which is here, which is higher, meaning that no, there wouldn't be any conflict of height for the aircraft flying down here, right? So that, and it was changed. That's why the word circling was being used. All right. So yeah, there you go. There's another headache for us. All right. So just for the record, just for the record. So yeah. But there you go. So anyway, guys, right. So we're gonna have a quick brew. And there you go, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the stream, but you know, we're gonna spend like we'll spend another 5 minutes just having a little brew, chit chat, and talking shit. Or I could also play a song for you that I wrote the other day. Do you want to hear that? I'll be more than actually. Fact, you know what? Fuck it, let's play it. Where's my library? Where's the ones I did? Where are the songs that I played? Is it this one? Yeah, there we go. No, is it this one? Oh yeah, here we go. Enjoy for the newcomers. Just by the way, this is for the newcomers. Listen to the words and enjoy the tune. Listen to the words and enjoy the tune.
Sunrise, creepers spilling gold on my dome. Sitting in the zone, thoughts heavy as stone. Bruce got decisions, coconuts or retreat. Courage in the balance or a coward's defeat. Waiting for the outcome, truth or disguise. Watching the horizon, fire in the skies. Lisa Rapuzzi, torched in their lives. World keeps turning by surprise. Crampons stomping, leaving marks in the dirt. Tongue sharp, cut deep, they aim to hurt. Bruce in the shadows, will he step to the fight, or vanish like the stars when swallowed by night? Remember Lisa and Tory spit don't swallow. The talk gets heavy, the stakes rise high. Fingers pointing, but no one asks why. Tails twisted tighter than a fresh knot tied, while the sun keeps coming, no place to hide. Waiting for the outcome, truth or disguise. Watching the horizon, fire the skies. Lisa Rapuzzi, torched in their lives. World keeps turning, no surprise. Coconuts cracking, a silence so loud. Bruce gotta decide, stand out from the crowd. The lies they weave, sticky like sap, but truth gon' sting, it'll break the trap. Coconuts cracking, a silence so loud. Bruce gotta decide, stand out from the crowd. The lies they weave, sticky like sap, but truth gon' sting, it'll break the trap. Waiting for the outcome, truth or disguise. Watching the horizon, fire the skies. Lisa Rapuzzi, torched in their lives. World keeps turning, no surprise. Focusing on the outcome, truth or disguise. Watching the horizon, fire in the skies. Lisa Rapuzzi, torched in their lives. World keeps turning, no surprise. Leaving marks in the dirt, tongue sharp, cut deep, aim to hurt. Bruce in the shadows, will he step to the fight, or vanish like the stars when swallowed by night? Remember Lisa and Tory spit don't swallow.
And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. A bit of satire, a bit of fun. And I just like to say thank you very much for everyone who's here, especially Squid. You know, I mean, like, I am slightly concerned because I'm just picturing getting Squid and My Pretty in one corner and me in the other. I am so fucked. I am going to get destroyed by these two. And in the near future, there will be other people joining us, which is going to be a good one. But do me a favor, if you're not subscribed, or I don't even know what to say. If you are not subscribed to Squid Pro Quo, why? What the hell's going on? What, did you not get the memo? Right. So, you know, go and check Squid out. You'll be very, you'll be very interested. And if you're a patriot, you'll like the sound dampening poster that she's got behind her. I think that she needs to get a couple of lights and everything. But yeah. And also, if you look at the top of chat, you will see a link to a GoFundMe. That is for a veteran, Sergeant Mitch, who comes and visits us. He's a member of the community, and he needs a little bit of help. Go and check it out. Go and read it. And if you can help out, please do so. Anything will count. And just you be kind. I don't really know what else to say. I think I've covered everything that needed to be said. And one thing I would suggest to the crampons, aka the walruses, the fleas, give up while you're ahead, because the hole that you are digging, the hole that you have dug, and the hole that you are digging. I mean, have you ever thought of contacting Discovery and asking them if you can go on to Gold Diggers? Because I tell you one thing, you would find so much you would be the best diggers on that program. But then again, a lot of people wouldn't watch it because they have to listen to your freaking voices. And this is why I still believe that smoking cigars in a mine is not a good idea. And in future, if you're going to grift off people, try to be honest. Try to be upfront and honest and transparent, because let's be honest with you haven't been transparent from day one. So why? Yeah. I mean, obviously, you can't change the habit, but anyway, so guys, it's been over 2 hours, and you have now the opportunity to ask questions. So it's a Q&A time. And I'm surprised Gail's not here, or Hose Picker. Gail, are you here? I know you're lurking, because usually you're always here when it comes to question time. And so if you're not here and you're watching this on replay, sorry. Yeah. But anyway, so there you go. So now you get your 7 minutes of question time. So crack on. And just so you know, for the newcomers, if I don't want to answer the question, I won't. And if I do, I will. Yeah. So be like Squid. No, actual fact, don't be like Squid. No, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Confuse everybody by going, be like me, but don't be like me. But be me. Yeah. You know, men want to be me, women want to be with me. I just can't push people away. You know, my queen already turns around to me. She walks past me with a frying pan. Funny enough, this morning, she actually accidentally did hit me on the knee with a frying pan, which was hilarious because it did make that really fucking that sound. So, and I think I've dented it, but I don't know. I need to check it. My cat is laying next to me with her paws crossed like a lady. So that's a good thing. So go ahead, guys. Ask questions. Go ahead. Don't be shy. And I just want to say to all the newcomers, thank you very much for coming to join us. Thank you very much for subscribing. And welcome to the community. Trust me, you'll like it here. You'll meet a lot of nice people. Okay, question. Spawn Trooper, do you think BBB... Wait a minute. Let's do it this way. Let's do it professional like Squid does. Okay, question. Spawn Trooper, do you think BBB will show up in Florida again? Most probably. But let's see what the judge does first. But if he does turn up back in Florida, it's probably to be put into a cell or to wreak the vengeance of a judge. But I'm saying 60-40 no. Because I don't think he's going to be a lawyer after the judge is finished with him. I don't think he's going to be on the case. I think this was it. So, but that's just my own guesstimation. Okay, Texas. So don't take that. Yeah. So that's just my guesstimation. There you go. And thanks very much for the question, by the way. And Squid going, be like me. No, just kidding. Don't be like me. Yeah. Anyone else want to ask a question? Anybody? Yeah. I'll wait. I've got time. No. Don't be shy. You can ask questions. Like I said, if I don't want to answer the question, I won't. Hello. Wake up, people. Come on. Oh, there you go. No, you're welcome. You're welcome, my darling. I can only answer if you know, if I lived in the States and I knew about everything, and I can only give you my own opinion. You know, no one can actually. What did you find wrong with? No, host picker. Come on, use the proper format. Come on, you should know. Come on, host picker. Use the correct format, madam. I wish people would just actually do, you know. Right, okay. What was wrong with the Mrs. Carr? Right, okay. So basically, she had low radiator fluid. So I checked for leaks, couldn't find one, and then realized that one of the pipes was not on correctly. So I put it on correctly, made sure that it was Robert, made sure that it was connected and it was tight. Then I refilled the water back up to 3/4 full. So just below maximum, because obviously, you know, when the thermostat is closed, obviously the water doesn't. So yeah, and I filled all the fluids up, checked out all the oils and everything, added oil and everything, and just basically gave the car a quick sort of like polish clean. And then looked at her and I said, right, I want coffee, a kiss, a hug, and a sandwich. And I got all of them. Yeah. So there you go. Oh, actual fact, yeah, and I also had to check that. I checked the battery and everything else. Right, Spawn. Right, okay. How many? Wait a minute. Okay, so there's that question. Wait, okay, Spawn. What do you think? No. What did you find wrong there? I'm a troublemaker. No shit, Sherlock. Noshua. Right, Noshua's question. Spawn, when can I come out and play? You can come out and play now, as long as you behave yourself and you don't put naughty words into chat. Hi, Robert. Where does that leave the case for Bruce? I mean, Kim, to be perfectly honest with you, if he's disbarred, then obviously they would have to put the case on hold until legal representation be confound. But if it can't, I really don't know. I really don't know. I don't know that much about law, but I know for a fact if he's disbarred, right, a lot of people around the America will be safer, and they'll actually get proper representation when they go to court. Question: when will the judge respond? I mean, if that went in yesterday, don't forget he's got other work to do. So depending on when that turns up on his desk, I mean, I would say wait till Monday. If he hasn't responded by Monday, then it's going to happen definitely next week. It will happen for sure. But don't forget, Squid, that his response could be straight away, or it could be because obviously he needs to make sure that what he's doing is unbiased and to the spot. But again, I don't know about the different types of laws over there. So, I imagine he's going to have a calm down first. Robert, your question, right? Okay, here we go. Where does that leave the case for Bruce? Oh, I've already covered that one. Right, okay. Well, that's not fucking ladylike, is it? No, there's you can mess about and everything, helium, but I draw the line when you get out of certain wording shouldn't be. Where does that leave the case? Oh, that was for Kim. Sorry. Squad, he's going to have to calm down. That's one thing I definitely have to say is that the judge is going to be pissed. And I mean, the judge could turn around to Randy Sockett and Jeremy and say, right, this ends now. Well, Gary, yeah, it would have to be pro bono because they won't have any money to, not sure that's the only reason you wanted to come back out. Smell that with intense, Robert. Doesn't the bench warrant have to go to the district judge for a warrant? I don't know, Robert. Like I said, I don't know much about the law over in the States, but if a bench warrant, I mean, there's been a lot of false statements being made about this, about Bruce having a warrant out for his arrest, a bench warrant out. It's not true. It hasn't got to that point yet. Right? He still needs to fulfill the sanctions and everything. So to be perfectly honest with you, will it happen? Could it happen? Most probably. Will it happen? Who knows? Will he reap the repercussions of his conduct and behavior now? Absolutely. Oh God, not sure I was farting and I can't use my light out. Sorry. Now I know, joke to aside, okay, everyone has their own opinion about this. And like I said, you guys over in the States have a little bit more insight about the law. But we're talking about someone from Europe. We're talking about someone who's not. That's good to know, Deep Ras. All right. I mean, I'm from Europe, so over here the laws are different. Okay. So when people, and even some people from the States even get it wrong, where they think they know about the law, but it's wrong. At the end of the day, right, he failed to appear to a demand for him to appear for sanctions. He did not appear. Point one. Point two, right? He was then given the opportunity till the 5th, or to yesterday. He had 5 days to respond what his reasons were. He has responded with deception, with lies and excuses, and playing the victim, right? Trying to basically paint the judge into a corner. But the mistake he's done, he has put stuff in his response that he now needs to prove, because the judge technically can turn around and say, right, I want to see receipts. I want to see all the information about the security that you went on the deposition. I want to see reasons for you. The fact that he and his wife went to the police station and made a report, right? If you actually look at that report and you go down to the signature, the report was taken by a cadet. So that means that cadet was in training, from what I saw, just from a glimpse of it, right? So you need to think what's going on here. Is Bruce deliberately trying to sabotage his own position and trying to get out of it? Because no matter what, he is going to get sanctioned, and I hope they throw the book at him. And I hope this is publicized, that everyone sees what Bruce Matskin is like as a lawyer and as a person. This has all been organized. This has been organized. It's not coincidental that all this is happening. And I hope that this judge, this federal judge, magistrate, or whatever you want to call him, has the balls and the integrity to actually deal with this properly and legally correctly. Because it needs to stop. It just needs to stop. This bullshit needs to stop. And this is coming from someone who does not live in the United States. A lot of people around the world are watching this transpire. And the fact that people from abroad know more about what the law, it's really weird. It doesn't make any sense anymore. I mean, I hope the judge throws the book at him, not physically throw the book at him. I mean, legally throws the book at him. I hope he loses his license. I hope that he gets sanctioned very heavily. And I hope that he ends up behind bars for a couple of months so he learns a lesson. I mean, the worst thing that can happen is that he does a runner to Armenia. I'd have to look. I wish people wouldn't do this when I'm live. Don't do it again, please. Can everyone, if I'm live and we talk privately, please don't message me, because it distracts. Do it again, and I will fart in your general direction. Sorry. Right. Question. Wait, where are we? We have a question. Thank God for that. Sponsored me. Can you get a recording of the missus smacking you with the... Oh, I should have read that question before I put it up. No. You'd pay to hear... Jesus Christ, hose picker. What is wrong with you today? You see, ladies and gentlemen, Ewoks and Wookiees, members of the jury, you see how I get treated by the community. You know, I open my doors to everyone so they can protect themselves from the elements outside, and look what I get. You'd richly pay to hear my beloved queen and the person whose ground I worship hit me with a freaking frying pan. No, Shabbat. Oh, wow. I don't know if I feel so... it's not just that... Oh, Queen, shut up. I'm getting picked on. Come on, guys. Look, how many guys are in here? Why don't you stand up to defend me? Why don't you protect me? Right? Come on, guys. Yeah. You should be protecting me against these ladies of, negativity who want to hate on me and, want to see me in pain. And, Yeah, I did say I damaged the frying pan by anyway. Yeah, I'll shut up. But anyway, guys, it is 2.5 hours, and I am now going to call it a day. I would like to thank everyone, right? And actually, I'm going to do this with a little bit of music in the background. Where are we? There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say thank you very much for coming into the stream, and to all the new people who have decided to join us, welcome. And I hope that you've enjoyed yourself, and I hope that you'll come back and you'll, support the channel, but also support other channels like Squid Procrols, like DJ Rattus, Tug and Megan's, Shizzy's, and the Expert. I nearly forgot the Expert. And remember, show respect to each other, and if you don't like people, you don't have to. You're not forced to interact with them. So just remember, be nice to each other. So on that note, I'll let you hear this beautiful tune, and we're going to go back. Nope, we're going back to there. I'm going to mute, and then after the song is done, we're going to call it a day. So enjoy the tune. And guys, that's it. Thanks very much. I really appreciate you coming and joining me, and I wish you a good day. And remember, go and check out Squid Procrols, who will be going live later on this afternoon. So on that note, I bid you adieu, and now you can do a little bit of line dancing. So enjoy.
Spawn trooper riding in the night, heart of gold but ready to fight, standing tall, doing what's right, shining truth like a firelight. Daddy's wisdom running deep taught me promises I gotta keep, breaking chains, leaving pain behind, calling out the crooked kind. Oh, the truth cuts through the lies, no more secrets in disguise. Second chances, they wear thin, Spawn trooper rides again. Ain't no fear when I'm around. Justice stands on solid ground. One last chance to make it right, or face the reckoning tonight. In the dark, where shadows creep, truth rings out, it cuts so deep. Ain't no price to make me sell. Standing strong, I know too well. Oh, the truth cuts through the lies. No more secrets in disguise. Second chances, they wear thin. Spawn trooper rides again. In the dark, where shadows creep, truth rings out, it cuts so deep. Ain't no price to make me sell. Standing strong, I know too well. Oh, the truth cuts through the lies. No more secrets in disguise.